Okay, and we're back. This should be the last video. I think I normally never do more than 3 just because I know my attention span is low. Okay, where we left off, we were messing around with the camera, so like constructing like a scripted cutscene event. So if I open up my camera, we should have 2 keyframes for my transform, and this is why isolating tracks is good, because having all this right now is just a cube, a skeleton mesh, and the cuts thing. That's already a lot, and I just want you to look at the transform for now. So I have 2 keyframes in which the camera will start here, looking out the window. It'll go forward, pivoting its view to the left, and stop at the corridor. And I'm actually going to edit this rotation a bit. So because this little blue icon is checked, I'm like piloting the camera. I actually want to swivel my head a bit to the left because I know Quinn's going to end up over there. And because I was using the little sliders, that should key. Yeah. And that is my headset being disconnected because I haven't used it. Which is fun. Yeah. So it'll end with me looking at where Quinn is going, which is fine. And if I want to be like more verbose about it, I'll do it. Why not? At like 90. Oh, shut up, Oculus. At 100 frames, I'm actually going to add another keyframe by just moving the slider, in which I want to be looking like full on at the hallway. So I get 90. Oh, Jesus, that's not negative 90. Cool beans. So I just have 3 keyframes just so it'll center here and then it'll move more so to the left. Simple cutscene. Very simple. Just kind of driving me to like where Quinn's walking. Okay. I'm gonna bring back all my channels, and I actually lied because I want to create 2 cameras. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to add in a second camera, and you can rename this by just right clicking and then going to rename. I'm going to call this Cine Camera Actor Initial because it'd be my first shot. I'm going to add in a second camera, and this would be Cine Camera Actor Second, just so I can show like how to combine 2 shots. And I'm going to put this one where I put the last like little pivot from my other camera. So right now, because I made a new camera, it's piloting the camera I just made. And this is the camera that I want to track Quinn. So I'm going to start it off by just moving it a little bit to the left, keying it, going to the end of my sequencer, and then moving that way. It's doing the same thing the other camera's doing. I'm just making 2 so I can like do like a camera cut. So if I want to add these 2 things to my cutscene manager so I can cut between them, because right now we can see this is like one long shot of just like the beginning camera. I think I have to hit the plus icon and add in second. There we go. Yeah. So actually I'm going to undo that. If I scrub my scrubber to 100 frames, click on this plus icon and add in second, we can see it was very minute, but like this section over here changed to my second camera. So if I now hit this blue button to switch to like my camera cut or like my director seat, if I scrub through my timeline, we're in the first camera. We get to 100 frames. It should pivot to the second camera, which it did. It's just a very abrupt cut because I didn't do anything fancy. And there we go. That's all good. That worked perfectly. And the reason why we're not seeing Quinn is because I didn't animate the shot good. I'm not a film student. Quinn's animation is playing over here, so we can see like the length of her like animation. We can see it's at like the beginning. So when we get to the corridor, she's already passed. I'm just gonna move this over so that she starts her animation later in the sequence. If I hit play, we should catch Quinn going right there. We stop and then we see her go off. Cool beans. And I used to know how to blend these together. You can do like little transitions. I thought you would just drag them into each other, but I might be mistaken. But that's fine. That's not entirely important for this. But you can like do blends between different camera shots. I thought it was something simple, but I'm just blanking on like how you would go about doing that right now. And I'm not going to figure it out between now and the next minute. So that's fine. We've done everything that we wanted to do. So it's essentially we have our cutscene shot. Come in. We see Quinn go. We stop in awe of Quinn striding around the level. And that's about it. And now all we want to do is just trigger this cutscene to play on an event. So I'm actually going to close my sequencer. That's all we have to do for it. Just so I have more real estate. And now we're going to construct... Oh, hello, cube. You can stay. You're a good cube. We're going to make this little event trigger to play when we walk into it. To do that, open up my content drawer. Go to my timeline. And we're going to recreate this little blueprint right here. Called BP cutscene trigger. So if I open it up, it's pretty simple. Oh, you came in tidy. All of this is this little bit of code right here. It's simple. Essentially, when we overlap a box trigger, because I was using the VR headset, I cast to my VR pawn. It's going to create a level sequence, and we're going to play it, and that's it. You don't have to cast to a VR pawn unless you're in a VR game. You can just, on box trigger, if I am a third-person character or something, play sequence. But it's pretty simple. So, open up content drawer. Right-click. Add a blueprint class. Click on actor. We'll call this BP underscore cutscene trigger 02. Just so that the name doesn't get confused. Open it up. And first thing we're going to do is we're going to add a box collision. We can see it. This is what we're going to collide with. I'm going to scroll down on the right so I can see like my events. And on component, we can overlap. We're going to click the little plus icon. So when we walk into it, we want this to play. So when the other actor, which is going to be us, collides with the box trigger, that's when we want this to play. And like I said, because I'm doing this in a VR class, I'm going to cast to my VR pawn. But if you're like playing a third-person game or something, you could cast to your third. Am I going crazy? Third. Normally there's like a third-person character blueprint. That's what's driving Manny and Quinn. I don't have it in this project, which is weird, but that's fine. That's okay. And then my cast is successful, so it knows I'm the one doing it. I'm gonna drag off from here. Gonna type in create level sequence player. And you can either just put your level sequence in here. So I was looking for any like level sequence in your level. I normally promote this to a variable so I can like change it in my editor dynamically. So now it's a variable. I'll click this little eyeball so I can like make it instance editable. Which is an instance editable. You can like change it in the editor. And then from the out actor, I'm going to type in the word play. Hit enter. Because Unreal is content sensitive, it tries to predict what you want to do. I kind of hate that because it normally doesn't predict what I want to do. But in this case, it does work. And all it's saying is from the sequencer that we give it, play it from the beginning. And this is all the code we need. Hit compile. Hit exit. And I'm going to find what I just created. Drag it into the level. And we can see it's acting like the one I just made. This one here. Why is there a camera here? What are you doing? Oh, you're from my sequencer. Ha! Cool. But this is the thing we just made, the little box collision. And now we can just scale it up so that it covers the width of the corridor, so I know, like, no matter what, I'm gonna hit it. Gonna make it taller, make it a little fatter. And I'm just gonna delete this one, my old one. Gonna move it in its place. Gonna move it up. I gotta make it a little bit fatter so that, you know, because I'm using the VR teleport, there's a chance I could, like, teleport over it. So I'm just making it, like, wide enough that, like, I have to hit it. That should be good enough. Gonna make it a little bit pushed back. But yeah, so now when I start my level, like, I'll have to walk into it no matter what, and I'll play the little cutscene. But since we made our level sequence instant editable, we have to add it over here. Let's hit this little none button. Look for what we just made, the level sequencer cutscene demo. That's what's going to play when this triggers. And because of my headset disconnected, I promise you this works because I tested it, you know, in the first video and it worked. I'm going to do a little cheeky thing that I learned a few days ago. I'm just going to add in like a little keyboard debug command. So I'm going to enable input player controller. I'm going to type in get player controller. So I'm kind of like, I'm trying to add in like a simple like keyboard command right now. So if I hit right click, look down for input, look for keyboard event, and then look for a key. Any key will do, but I'll just do T. And then essentially, since I'm not going to be playing in my headset, I'm going to play it in the level. I'm going to bypass my cast to pawn and just connect this key, this hitting the T key is just going to play my level sequence. So when I hit the T key, it's just going to play the thing so I can test it. And this up here is just telling my blueprint, like, make sure you can read my key press events. Going to minimize this. And instead of playing in my VR mode, which is why there's like this little goggle up here, I'm going to switch this to play a new editor window pi. That's fine for now. Going to hit the T key. Cool. That worked. Although it looked weird, but it did work. Cool. Okay, give me one second. Let me connect my headset and actually do it. Okay. I'm back. My Unreal was just bugging out for a second, so I had to restart it. So if I hit the play button, it's still bugging out. Interesting. That's fine. Let me close it one more time. Weird. Whatever. I think my GPU is dying. If I hit the T key, we can see that like our animation is playing in our little debug menu. And if I do it again, it does it just fine. So our sequencer works, our cutscene works. As to why, I know this error has been on my screen for like the past 2 videos. That's because I'm in the VR template and I'm using an asset that is not meant for VR. I didn't optimize it or anything for it. So that's why it's like saying I need to rebuild the lighting and do all the stuff. And that's why it's bugging out a bit. Oh, now it's fine. Oh, you finicky little. There you go. Yep. It works. That's cool. And again, the reason why I'm just not doing it in the headset is just because my headset was just like turned off. But if I go into my timeline folder, click on the little blueprint we made, this is a quick overview at the end. We can see all we really did with this section right here. Create a on component overlap. If we're a VR pawn, so we're playing in VR, and we walk into it, create the level sequence and play. If we're testing in the editor, like I'm doing now, just hit the T key and that'll play your animation, and that's how you know it'll work. And for that to work, you just have to enable input in Casio Play Controller. But that's it. That's all we have. So I'm going to sign off here. I'll see you guys in the next video.